Good morning, everyone. Today is Wednesday, August 20th, and today we will cover the trades for YieldMax funds, TSLY, CONY, Nvidia, MSTY, SMCY, and PLTY. But first, all right, thank you for confirming, Ms. If anyone is on X, if they want to confirm audio, feel free, although they never do. First, let's look at Bitcoin. How you doing? Well, little red, right? Little red. Last night at, 9:40 p.m., Bitcoin hit 112,000. So, and this morning it's back up 113,000. So maybe we're coming up. I don't know. Oh, there you go, Alexander. Thank you for confirming that audio. So yeah, it was a pretty rough day in the neighborhood yesterday. Pretty red day. Good day to sell puts, good day to buy the dip, right? And then we'll see what today brings. All right, so let's get to the trades. That's why we're here after all. So since the market dippity-doo-dah, YieldMax was a little busy, right? Covered call ETF. Yeah, very cheap to close a lot of their positions. So if you look here, again, this is the download of the intraday trades, but it's in the view that I formatted in. They closed out a lot of positions here. You could see, chunks and chunks in the pink, by the close, by the close, by the close. And you could see, the prices, 70 cents, 65 cents, 49 cents for the most part. These are all wins. All right. So their strike prices, now were considered high. So they closed them out for chump change, and they reopened some of them, but not all of them. So we'll get into that in the file. All right, let's get to the MSTY file, and here we go. No synthetic action, so that's okay. That's fine. So let's take a look at the price movement first of MSTR. All right, by the way, today is Declaration Day. As most of you know, I will hang around until declaration announcement, and I'll plug in the numbers into my spreadsheet, and we'll see what they look like. I'm not expecting to be impressed really on anything much. Maybe hooey, right? Will be impressive, and that's it, right? I think CONY is going to be the letdown, right, of the weeks of the cycle, we'll say. But no, that's not a surprise. All right, so MSTR, they went down 7.43%. Okay, yeah, that's a pretty rough day. Again, we have to remember MSTR is a stock, right? It's an individual stock. You have to also, it's not only about Bitcoin, right? You have to worry about Michael Saylor, the company, what they do, right? Obviously, he did something, he said something on the forecast, and he kind of changed his mind on it, changed his tune on it. The market didn't like it, and it went down. Obviously, and Bitcoin was going down. So MSTR, yeah, man, rough day. So again, it's not, MSTR is not Bitcoin on all days, right? So yesterday was an example of that. So we took a beating. So MSTY also took a beating, as you can see. They went down, but they only went down, not only, but they went down 6.89%, $16 range. Yeah, man, we haven't seen that, but now we have. So let's check out the IV. The IV yesterday, actually this morning, here, I'm going to plug that in. It went from yesterday 51% to this morning. Check this out, 60.24%. So I'm going to plug that sucker in right here. Although it should be on the top, but whatever. That's a 9% jump in the IV. And if you look at the 7-day forward IV, 63%, right? 63%. Isn't that freaking sweet? So, I mean, yeah, it sucks we're selling out, but we're getting some IV. So we'll take it. Let's see if that stays. All right. So they basically, to keep it simple, they closed out all of the trades and they opened some new ones. All right. I'm not going to go through every single trade, but everything that was above this line, they closed. They closed out everything. So I'm just going to add up how much they profited from this bunch, right? We don't have to waste your time any more than that. So how much did they make for this week? The profit did they make? $51.9 million. All right. Again, covered call ETF. They sell calls, right? They sell calls, they buy calls, credit call spread, whatever. So from the trades they made last week and them closing them this week, they're all closed. They made $51.9 million. I know it sucks. The market's going down, but again, at least we're making money in the process. So that's a pretty nice freaking jump. And then don't forget, they opened new contracts. Again, not all. They didn't use all of them. They left some of the synthetic, not some, a decent amount of the synthetic uncappity doodah, as we say. But here's the new positions. Again, they got some. It's all for this week too. 355. You know, they were at the 400 range. Now they're lowering the strike price. 370, 355. We don't know what MSTR is going to do for the rest of the week. So they scattered this out a little bit. So long story short, they took the profits. They opened new positions on about half of the synthetic. All right, so let's take a look at the outstanding share change. We had an increase for once. Again, it's been going down a little bit. We had an increase. People bought the dip. 300,000 outstanding share increase. Again, small from the overall, gigantic fund is, but it's still a pretty big jump. All right, so let's do a recap from this spreadsheet. Again, Misti price 1662, MSTR 336.57, 30-day IV 60%, 7-day forward IV 63%, outstanding shares 290 mil, total net income 102 mil. Son, where you at? Distribution based on that 35 cents, daily income 2 cents a day, daily yield 0.11%. And if you annualize that sucker, 38%. Sweet. All right, we'll take it, man. We'll take it. It's not quite the IV, but close enough. All right, let's see what these other suckers did yesterday. A bunch of MSTR fun, bunch of degenerate plays here. MSTR, again, they went down a lot. They went down 7.43%. Misti, like we said, they went down 6.89. All right, Winter. If we owned Winter, would they have offset the damage? No, not 1-to-1. They went up 4.73%. Okay, what about IMST? Well, they went down in the sevens. They went down 7.08%. So ouchie for that too. Of course, here we go. Leverage plays here. MST went down 13%. This fund is in the $11 range. Again, you want to play around with leverage. Here we go, man. This is it. I mean, that sucks bad, right? We're about to be single digits unless this thing goes way up. All right, how's Rex shares doing? Well, they went down 8.64%. Again, they got a little bit of leverage too. And then MSTW, of course, has leverage. They went down 9.13%. So Misti handled that horrific down day the best. So they took the win. So as we say, congratulations. Reaction, yeah, that's all we could say. Ouch. I know. Buy the dip. We want red days. Yeah. But, it feels like when we get red days now, they're just so evil. Like they're not like little red days. They're like, bam, that's what you get, sucker. All right. Anyway, Group D declares next week, obviously, and that's on August 27th. So stay tuned for that. All right. So I'm talking a little lower because the baby's still sleeping. All right. So hopefully you guys can hear me well. Synthetic income still sits at 55 mil. Total weeklies income on the weeklies 102 mil, and that comes to a total net income of 157 mil. Total net income per share 54 cents. So if we look at the Rodometer, we can see the various payouts here. Again, we're getting paid. They're declaring and paying next week. So we'll see what we get. If we base it on the weeklies, how much we made, 35 cents, that would be a 28% yield. Extrinsic alone, 83 cents, 65% yield. And then total net income, 54 cents, 43% yield. But if we look at the IVs, which is typically what we do, 30-day IV would pay a 77-cent distribution, 60% yield. And then the 7-day IV, 81 cents, 63% yield. We can't use the gains again because we're a bunch of fat asses and we got no gains, right? We're in the negative big time, and we're not taking our shirts off. It's just as simple as that. So let's go right to the holdings and we'll go from here. Yeah. What can I say here? MSTR price sits at 336, and these are a bunch of gold digging women, in the pink. I'm not singing because then that will wake up the baby, but I will give you a banner. All right, so in case you guys, you can sing for yourself in case you don't know the words. But yeah, man, this a gold digger. This for sure a gold digger. So yeah, she taking your money. Why? Well, again, when open the synthetic positions, sell put, buy call. All right, sell put. All right, if it goes under that price, who's covering that gap? You are, and you're going to give it to the pretty lady. And this one wants $524 million. Very interesting. Again, we go down to the calls. How much are these worth? Well, I mean, they ain't worth jack compared to what the puts are down. But again, we'll see. They still got time. That's the good thing. They have a month on 3 of them and 2 months on the other 2. So we shall see. All right. All right. Let's go over here and check out the new positions. Again, remember, they closed out all the others and they open new ones. So let's see our new scattered 4 strikes, no credit call spreads. Oh, interesting. All right. So they got a 350, a 352.50, a 355, and a 370. Ooh, I like you left that one. I like that. Well, they didn't leave it, but that's the higher. That's almost double digit. So we'll take it. So they are anywhere from 3.99% out of the money to 9.93% out of the money. So how you doing? Well, we're doing all right. And then you'll see again. This is if you highlight the contracts, right? 70,000 on the covered call, which we'll get into on the bottom. I'll show you. But if you highlight these, this is the total synthetic. 143,000. So yeah, obviously they are leaving some to just go 1-to-1 on the synthetic. Let's go. MSTR, move your ass. All right. MSTR, let's see. I got pre-market up. Well, it's green. So there's some positivity, right? They're up 1.16%. I mean, you would expect that after the beatdown we took. But hey, man, it's what time is it? 6:11. A lot can change. So let's not rely on that. All right, let's keep going with the coverage, and we'll see what we got going on down here. The value of the fund is actually under $5 billion now, so we are kicked out of the $5 billion club. And yeah, man, it's at 4.8 bill. I guess I could take away the gold digger song. There you go. Gold digger's done. All right, so the NAV is 1662, and the trade price is same thing. All right, synthetic. On the paper, negative, very, very negative. We're not going to go there, not today. And then again, like we said before, 49% of the position is covered calls, right? So 50% uncappity doodah, a little over 50% uncappity doodah. Okay, how's that sound? Does that sound good? Yeah. I mean, what does that mean? That means 50% is going to go up or down 1-to-1 with the underlying plus or minus, little variances. All right, so that's the coverage on Misti. IMST still funky, so I can't really cover it. So sorry about that. We'll talk about it another day. Oh, this finally updated. This wasn't working before. Again, this is MS2. We got the buy call. They got the sell put down here, the 531. And here's the sell call right there. And then we get rid of that. Some quick work right here. So basically, they're selling calls, expiration date of Friday, 10 and 13% out of the money. Again, we don't track their intraday trades, nor do I think they post it, to be honest. But right now they're out of the money. They look to be safe. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of it. And then MST, again, we don't really talk about them till the weekend. And MSTW, of course, no swaps yet to cover. All right, so that's the coverage on Misti. Now we're just going to take a look at these other degenerates, starting with TSLY. How you doing? So if we go to the download of the intraday trades, did TSLY have any trades? That is the question. And the answer is no, sir. They did not. So let's cover it anyway. All right, 1 day movement. Tesla actually not too bad, man. They went down 1.78%. TSLY went down 1.29%. So good job, Tesla. You hung in there. All right, so let's look at their synthetic. They got a 290 and a 295 synthetic position. Tesla is priced at 329, so they're doing rather well. And then we'll take a look at their covered calls. after I take a sip of coffee, of course. By the way, good morning to those of you that are joining live. There's about, what, 432 of you on YouTube and X. I appreciate you all. I was actually kind of early today, which is unusual. So I feel like I missed something. I definitely screwed up something or rushed something. All right, so TSLY covered calls, how they doing? Well, the lowest strike is 2.49% out of the money, and the highest strike is 5.52%. So are they safe? I don't know, bro. Maybe, maybe not. But we can look at Tesla pre-market if you want. If you choose. Oh, they're red. Okay, a little red. They're down 0.16%. But again, we'll see how the day goes, and we'll go from there. So again, their covered calls look to be okay at the moment. We got 3 trading days until those expire. So we shall keep an eye on that. All right, the value of the TSLY fund is a 1.1 bill. The NAV 775, trade price a penny off. Synthetic on the paper, it's worth about 135 mil, which comes to 95 cents per share. If we check out their IVs, how they doing? Well, the 30-day is at 44. The 7-day forward is at 55. So at least that's going up. So that's a good thing. Income estimate, I mean, that's showing to be in the negative, but they don't declare for a while. They got another 2 weeks, which, again, that seems actually pretty soon. But, hey, it's every 4 weeks, man. But, yeah, they'll declare on September 3rd. I believe that's at the holiday week. Is that the actual declaration? I'm not sure. I'll have to check. But, yeah, we'll see. All right, so that's the coverage on TSLY. Now we go to Nvidia Nerds, right? Is that the nickname we're keeping? Let's see if they had trades. No, they did not. So not only TSLY didn't, Nvidia didn't. All right, that's fine with me, right? You go with that? All right, so let's see how they did yesterday. Nvidia went down 3.63%. Yeah, man, rough day. Again, when stock markets go up, stock markets go down. That's what happens. Nvidia went down 2.96%. Okay, they didn't go down as much, again, as expected. So nothing new there. Expecting some good stuff, good percentages on our covered calls, good wiggle room. But how's the synthetic doing? Still good. They got a 165 and a 170. Nvidia's sitting at 175. So that's pretty damn sweet. All right, so let's take a look here. Covered calls. What are we at? Our lowest strike is 3.91% out of the money. Our highest strike is 6.75% out of the money. Is this safe? I don't know. Again, but we got 3 trading days. We'll see. Again, they all expire on Friday. So we'll keep an eye out for that as we do. The value of the Nvidia fund sits at 1.8 bill. The NAV is 1657. Trade price is the same. Synthetic on paper, it's worth 95 mil or 85 cents per share. So that's pretty sweet. 30-day IV of Nvidia, 44%. Forward IV is actually lower, so I'm not sure how the hell that is. But hey, whatever, man. 37% on that. So that price or that estimate would be 48 to 56 cents. Income estimate sits at 12 cents, and Group B declares in 21 days, September 10th. So stay tuned for that. Okay, great. Now what do we do? Well, now we talk about CONY, right? What's CONY? Well, CONY is that's how we talk. If we own CONY, that's how you talk. That's how it is. You're just automatic CONY head. All right. So what do? That's it. That's all they did. Yeah, we'll take it, man. Buy to close, 34 cents. All right. They closed the third 340 strike. I don't know why these formulas aren't working. Hey, but whatever, man. We didn't got time to worry about that. Buy to close, 34 cents, and they opened a new position. So they've rolled the strike from 340 down to 317.50. Why? Well, to capture more premium. Duh. All right. Well, we can't see how far out of the money the new position is, but we'll check that on the spreadsheet. But they did open it within the same week to capture some money, which is good. So overall net win yesterday, 580 mil. So we'll take it. All right, so let's see how Coin did yesterday. Did they get beat up too? Coin, oh yeah, they got whooped. They went down 6.18%. So what can you say about that? Ouch. Yep. CONY went down 5.52%. So yeah, is what it is, man. They ain't all green, right? They ain't all green days. All right, how's the synthetic doing? Not good, not good. The synthetic is at 320. Coin is at 302. But again, this one's been a struggle. They got two positions actually, both 320, but they're dated 1 month and 2 months out. So we'll keep an eye on those. And then covered call wise, let's see what they left open. Again, everything expires on Friday, which is 3 full trading days away. The lowest strike is 5.11% out of the money, and the highest strike is 11.73% out of the money. So to be honest, they got some room to grow, bro. So you would hope a day like this, you know, if we search coin, we're going to see some green right after yesterday. Let's check it out. Check it out, baby. We don't want another red day after yesterday. All right, so up and up, they're up 1.15%. So again, if they go up, say like 2%, we should be able to capture, you know, nearly all of that. So we'll keep an eye on that, see how it goes. But obviously our calls are pretty pretty scattered and ready to make some, you know, let the synthetic make some damn money. All right, so what do we got here? CONY fund is 1.3 bill. NAV 707, trade price the same. Synthetics in the negative, we talked about that. 30-day IV is 57%. The 7-day forward IV sits at 65%. So yeah, at least that's going up. So IV estimate will be anywhere from 31 to 35 cent. As you know, they declare in about 35 minutes. So, you know, we'll see what they're paying for this time around. And then obviously another 28 days on 9/17, they'll declare again. All right. So stay tuned for that, Mr. Chico. All right. So SMCY would be next. And as you know, if you own SMCY, you're a sucker. You're a true sucker, because not only are you investing in a covered call ETF, your underlying is SMCI. So you're a true sucker. Anyway, let's see what they're doing here. Buy call, sell put, sell call. Okay, so they got new money. They put it to work. They put it to the synthetic 45, and they sold a call on it that expires this Friday. Made a quick 67.2 bow on that. But again, they made money on the synthetic on top of that. So they made about 273,000 for the day. Not a bad day's work, right? 273,000. I'll take it. All right, so let's go to the file here. Let's see how Mr. SimC and Mr. and Mrs. SimC is doing. SMCI, yeah, man, they had a rough day too. They went down 6.06%. SMCY, they went down 5.28%. Okay, ouch. Yeah, a little bit. As you know, they have a pretty rough synthetic position in the 60. That one's that's a gold digger, right? Better pull up the banner for that one for sure. I mean, that's worth singing. You know, someone needs to sing it. I need to have a guest on that is willing to sing. So what do we got here? What do we got? We got a 45 and we got a 60. So how they doing? The 45 is essentially at the money per se. The 60, forget about it. Forget about it. All right. So the SMCY cover call positions, how they doing? 6, 7, and 8% out of the money. Okay. That's fine. I mean, we got wiggle room. We're ready for some upside, bro. Right? What do you think? What do you think, man? Well, let's see. Let's see how Mrs. SimC is doing. Let's see. Super micro computer, right? Super micro. That's what she said. All right. So why is it red? It's still red. It went down, or it's down 0.14%. Delayed quote as of 6:22 a.m. So we'll see when the market opens, broski. I don't know, man. But I'm just saying we got room to grow, bro. Go up, Cletus. Come on, Cletus. All right. So we'll keep an eye. We'll keep an eye out for that. All right. What's the value of this fund? 323 mil. NAV sits at 1632. Trade price 1629. The synthetics in the negative. It's I. 30-day IV 57. 7-day forward growing good, up and up 63%. So look at the IV payment. That would vary from 72 to 80 cents. Their income estimate is actually a good number. It's 177. However, again, their synthetic is not so pretty. It's not pretty. All right, Group D declares when? Next week. Yeah, baby. So guess what? This Sunday, Group D declaration. Unfortunately, it's not going to be as exciting as it used to be because the market's been a little blah lately. So it's all right. We'll have fun still, but that's 7 days away. Okay, cool. All right, now let's go to PLTY and see how you doing. All right, where's PLTY? PLTY definitely had trades. I saw them going. All right. Yeah, I got to take down the gold digger banner because we don't have to sing for PLTY, so it's okay. It's okay. All right. So what did they do? Okay, they did a lot. They did a buy, call, sell, put. Okay, so they added to the synthetic position. Okay, whatever. That's cool. Buy to close 12 cents. All right, they won that trade. That's a clear winner. And then buy to close 9 cents. All right, so they closed some calls yesterday, and yeah, they opened new ones. They lowered their strike price down, collected an additional premium again, but they expire this week. So we'll see how the rest of this week goes. All right. And we'll go from there. What did they take? Oh, they took it. Oh, the synthetic, man. That was not a cheap opening. Damn, 1.5 mil. All right, whatever. All right, so let's get to the file and see how we doing. All right, so let's see how Palantir did yesterday. God damn. Oh, crap. They got their ass whooped. They went down 10 points. I mean, holy moly. They went down 10.32%. What the hell happened? PLTY went down 9.42%. This is a violent red day for them. Wow. Wowza. Okay. That's yeah. Okay. Let's maybe their synthetic is not good. Let's see. No, it still is. Their synthetic is at 140. Palantir sits at 157. So they're still making bank on that synthetic. But boy, oh boy, that was not a good day yesterday. How their covered calls doing? Well, they only have 2. They're only 3 and 4% out of the money. But again, they rolled them suckers down. What's the pre-market at, actually? We got to see this at. Pre-market action on Palantir. All right, they're still red. They're down 1.05%. They're at 156. So, I mean, these look to be safe. But again, we got 3 trading days, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, boy, oh boy, what a day. Man, I guess that was the day to buy PLTY or Palantir, right? Or maybe even today if it's still red. All right, the value of the fund is 588 mil. The NAV is 60.52. The trade price 60. We might be in the 50s today, broski. All right, what's the synthetic worth? 68 mil. Oh my goodness, no more double digits. Per share, it's 705. But hey, we'll take it. Still money. 30-day IV. Oh, look at this beauty. The 30-day IV is 54%. 7-day IV, 97. What, they got earnings coming up or something? Must be. Who the hell can keep track? Anyway, the IV estimate is anywhere from 256 to 455, but they won't declare until September 10th. They're part of Group B, man. They just went. Give them a break. 21 days. All right. All right. PLTY posse. Is that good? All right. I'm sure you're fine. You're fine. You're still making bank. That one day ain't going to hurt you. All right. So, again, we got some ULTY coverage nowadays. And let's just see what they did. What did they trade yesterday? Again, this is just showing you the ticker and how much money went in or out of the fund through doing a call and doing a put. And that's the end of it. Can't do any more. But again, this is better than nothing, I assume. I haven't really gotten any feedback on it, but I assume it's better than nothing. All right, but long story short, they made money on the calls yesterday, and they made money on puts. All right, good. Look at BMNR bringing in 6.3 mil, son. Look at GLXY bringing in 6.9 mil. MSTR bringing in 3.2 mil. Palantir, look at you, buddy. Look at you, 5.1 mil. They made 30.1 mil. This is, again, realized income. I'm sure ULTY went down in price, yes, obviously, because their underlyings went down. But again, they cashed out and made some premium, bro. So we'll take it. Remember, buying puts, protective puts. Those puts brought in 14.9 mil. So yeah, they protected your ass yesterday by making that money. And on top of it, they made some money on covered calls. So not a bad day in the office for ULTY. I'll tell you that. All right, let's take a look at the ULTY holdings and see if there's anything new going on here. Again, assuming our formula is working, or our pivot table, I should say. I gotta do an if error formula there. Robin the Hood is in there. I think they were already in there though. I can't remember everything, right? Target's still in there. Didn't have earnings yet. That's it, man. Nothing new. Again, the sum of the weighting shows 98%. I feel like I'm missing something. I don't know. And then the assets under management, that's it's at 3.1 bill. The average IV, which I just added, is 70%. I mean, do we care about the 7-day IV on this one too? I don't know. I think the 30-day IV is okay here. Look at this BMNR, man. Wait till they come out of fund with a fund on BMNR. This thing is gonna be bank, bro. 126% IV. Ooh-wee. Does anyone trade options on this bad boy? Oh, Credo Technology. Look at this sucker. 100 and, you know, we should probably highlight the anything over 100%. What do you think? Right? Yeah, let's just do it on the whole column. We do like this. We do format, conditional formatting. Format, we'll make it green. Greater than 100%. How's that sound? Good? Good. All right, so we'll close that out and we'll go back up and see who highlights. Come on. All right, so again, that way it'll just stick out anything over 100%. I don't know if we want to highlight anything in red under 50, maybe, as like, what the hell are you doing here? Look at Tesla, man, 44% IV. Come on, bro. Come on, man. And Tesla, as you know, man, that thing can move. And it's just like I say, unappreciated IV. All right, so anyway, that's the coverage on the YieldMax funds. As you know, they're going to declare in about 25 minutes. Like I said, I'll hang around until then. We'll plug in the numbers, and then we'll call it a day because, you know, some people still work here. But let's get into the options trades, and then we'll go from there. So yesterday, I didn't get a chance to really look at the market, to be honest, yesterday. But MSTY, obviously, it's down. You know, as you know, I sold covered calls on my shares because I basically said, I don't care. I'm making money on them regardless. And obviously, yes, it looks like a good move right now because MSTY is sitting at 1662. My strikes are 18 and 19. These positions, they expire next Friday. So they could be rather cheap to close. So I can make a decision today, you know, if I want to close them, depending on how much it would cost. Again, you know, and how much premium I would keep, you know, but again, I don't know. Do I think it's going to go from 1662 to 18 or 19 within not just this week, but next week? Maybe. But again, they got an ex-dividend date within that range too. So it will drop by whatever they pay. So let's just assume $1, right? So I don't know. We'll keep an eye on those for today. Again, I own 600 shares of MSTY. I only have 200 with covered calls. So am I going to sell more covered calls? Like, am I going to sell a covered call at like $17? Maybe. I don't care. You know, I'm just trying to make money, man. Just trying to make premium, brah. All right. So TSLY, I was able to catch a late market trade. They were down. They were down. It looks like they're still down, actually. Let me pull up the pre-market. I thought after, you know, again, they weren't really that red, though. So I guess I didn't have to rush this put. Yeah, so they're down today. They're at 1202. They're down 0.41%. So if I look, I did sell a put. Again, I'm grouping my trades further dated. So I got two contracts expiring this Friday. I got a whole bunch expiring the next Friday. And then I got some on the 9/5 and then some on the 9/12. So I said, all right, I'm just going to move up to 9/19 now. So I sold a put that expires in 31 days. And, you know, again, the price was at 12. I got a strike at 10, 16% out of the money. What's the delta on that? The delta was exactly 0.2, which I would consider safe. Again, I'm a degenerate, though. So anything, you know, probably 0.3 is safe to me. But anyway, the premium on that was 0.39. I wanted to get $40, but I couldn't. So I got 39. I'll have to settle on that. And that's an annualized yield of 45%. Lots of covered calls. right? So if I look at my covered calls, I didn't close any of them yesterday, but again, I didn't have freaking time. So if today it's down, I may have to look to see if any of these covered calls, if it's worth closing, or if it's just easier to just let it be. But the covered calls that are coming up on Friday, they have I have a 13 and 11. The 13's out of the money. The 11 is actually in the money. So we'll keep an eye on that. Maybe I'll let it get signed. Maybe not. Maybe I'll roll it. I don't know. We'll make decisions then. All right, and then we got TNA. I didn't do crap with them yesterday. I don't even know. Were they up yesterday? I don't even freaking know, man. Let's just take a look at the pre-market. Because we're TNA Dynamite. All right. Target names new CEO as comparable store sales fell 1 point. Is that, are they pre-market earnings? Where the hell am I here? Where's TNA? Oh, there it is. Oh, they were green and now they're red. Oh well. Look to be like flat, I guess. 37.52. So again, I got a bunch of positions. What expires Friday? I got 2 covered calls, 40 and a 41. I mean, these are safe, right? These are safe, unless it goes up a lot this week. These are not getting called away. So the good news is I could sell covered calls again next week once these expire worthless, or I could always roll them into next week. But that, why bother, right? All right, let me take a sip. All right, so again, I got all covered calls. Every position has a covered call. I didn't close any of them out early. Is it worth it? I don't know. I didn't get a chance to look, but the bottom line is no trades yesterday for TNA. So for the weekly income, how much have I made so far? I scroll down again. This is week ending 8/22. I did generate $155. My weekly goal is 224. I'm $69 away, but I have 3 trading days, so that's going to be rather easy. But again, I don't have to make that because I already made what I needed to for the month. So to be honest, I'm just chilling, man. Just chilling, bro. Chilling. So we'll see. Again, if we're red again, I'll probably sell a put or 2. If we're green, I don't know. I may close out a put. I don't know. It doesn't look like we're super green anyways, but we'll see. But if we're green, I'm probably going to, it depends. I should probably close out some of these covered calls because I got everything has a freaking covered call attached to it. And after yesterday's dump, they're probably pretty cheap to close. All right. Balance wise, I guess I should update that. It's probably not pretty. Let's see what the update is though. And then we'll do some Q&A and then we'll wait till they post the trades. Okay, balance. Where are we at? Not as bad as I thought. We went down to 52,887.75. Available cash, 17,143.25. And pending puts. Let's see how much. Again, I did add a new put yesterday, so that number will go up. 12,600. Again, I sold, remember, a $10 strike, so obviously that's $1,000. So that's 12.6 now. And then actual cash, with after the puts, I'm holding about 4,500. Is that enough? Again, if we have a massive sell-off, no, I don't feel like that's enough. But I do have margin. All right, this is the margin I can use, 19,500. Did that change? Yes, it did. It went down. It went down to 18,190.25. Okay, and then I have trading margin. Again, this is if I'm not like paying bills out of the account or withdrawing money, this would be the margin number that I could use. But I am paying bills. I pay the mortgage out of this account. So I do only use the withdrawable margin number. So between margin and actual cash, technically I have $22,000 to throw around. Obviously, I don't want to, but if we go super red, I'm just going to keep selling puts. But again, my strategy is to gradually do so, not rush it. If I rush selling puts, I'll run out of money. I'll run out of margin. And that ain't good, bro. That is not good. So again, you got to play it safe. You got to be smart. Don't be a dumbass, right? So, All right. So that's the coverage, man. That's the coverage, bro. By the way, I will be having Will Rind from Granite Shares on Monday morning. You know, the morning show with Rod. Don't forget about it. It's 6 a.m. Somehow he said yes. Again, I'll confirm the time with him again. Unless he's watching, he can confirm with me. But no, I'll meet with him Monday. We'll do a live Q&A. We'll talk about his funds, man. We'll talk about Yield Boost. Let's see what they got for Yield Boost. I have to re-educate myself on how some of these funds work. But yeah, they got some, you know, they got what, 2, 4, 6 funds. So those are and they got income funds too. So they got, wait, let me close that yield. What the hell? All right. So no, they have one income fund. Okay. And that's HIPS. All right. So we'll probably mainly talk about yield boost funds. We'll see how they work. Again, last I checked, they're just selling puts, right? But I think they changed something in the prospectus. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, you know, in regards to how about these funds, feel free to join the live stream on Monday morning and ask him, because he'll be here. I'll be here. All right, we'll be here bright and early, brah. Will you be here? That's the question. All right. Anyway, let's take a look. What do we got here? We got any Q&A? We got chip chat. We got 831 of you. We are on YouTube and X. Thank you all for being here. Thank you. Thank you very much. How's Bitcoin doing? Let's see. It's blah at the moment. We're getting what, 5-minute updates? No, 10-minute updates. No, 5-minute updates. So yeah, we'll track it. We'll track it. But again, we came down a lot. It's okay, man. It's okay. All right. So let's go to the comments. All right. Retire abroad. Is that how you announce your channel? This is Retire Abroad. I made a goal for August, so I will probably roll well into September since I'm traveling. Yeah, that's the thing. If you're not like keeping your eye out, you know, daily on your option trades, that's when the long dated ones are very nice, right? Or that's when you do drip. I always say drip is pointless if you're active on your account, unless you're traveling, you're away from your computer, or you want to be away from your computer. Damn, this coffee heater doesn't work on this mug because it's not as fat in the bottom. All right. Don't know if we ever asked how many shares do the fund managers own. I know, I think Mike said what he holds is available to the public, Mike Venuto. I don't know if he said Blossom, because again, Blossom, I think, is one of those apps where they show that. But yeah, I don't think he'll say this is where it's posted, right? But yeah, no, they do say they own them. So if that's what you're asking, I don't know how many. Yeah, morning show with Rod. Let me know what you guys think of this week's with LA Appliance. Again, it's he's a YouTuber. I had fun. I plan on doing many YouTubers and many X people and many of you guys. So be prepared. This is just going to be a thing. You don't attempt to sing and oh man, you got to start trying. Now that you're retired or nearly retired, that could be your new hobby, just singing. You could have a separate channel for singing, right? All right. Yeah, definitely is. And that way you can pick the strike that you want for the most part. Yeah, me too, man. I'm not using this mug anymore because the freaking heater is not it's not working as great. All right, so we're YieldMax will announce in 10 minutes. Last week they did it on their Twitter first, right? So if we go to X, we can see here that, you know, last tweet 17 hours. Usually it's live. Oh, look who's live on X. It's me. 681 actually are from X. That's pretty cool. All right, so we'll keep an eye out for that. All right, what do you guys got today? You want to go over anything? Yeah, I talked about the Wheel Warriors yesterday. Again, it's a new membership option. The plan is to create a community of options wheel investors, options income investors who just want to get together and basically have a meeting once a month. We'll call it a group discussion. I'll lead it, of course, but it's open to whomever. And hopefully we can educate each other, right? Obviously, I'll go through whatever questions you guys may have in advance, but we'll meet once a month. We'll see how it goes. It could be more than that if needed. Obviously, I plan on posting my trades live to the Wheel Warriors. But yeah, it's a work in progress. Thank you, TNA, for joining, right? Appreciate that. And David, who's the other one, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, I got a whopping 2 members, but I just started it, so I'll give it time. All right. Can you cover Hui? You know, Rodell, you know, we're supposed to be waiting for 40,000 subscribers. Are you, Rodell, are you sharing my YouTube channel with your friends and your family? You know, you could be helping with this subscriber number. But fine, we will cover Hui. Hui. All right, so let's see. Oh, by the way, man, yesterday being a red day, damn, there were some evil comments. Oh man, people love to see other people fail, and it's they're like, oh my god, YieldMax is going to jail. Oh, I don't get it, man. I don't get some people. Like, let's just all root for each other. Who gives a crap what you invest in? Like, why? Why? I don't understand the mentality of some people. All right, let's look at their synthetic. Their synthetic is still doing well. Again, it's on paper. On paper, it's worth 7 mil. That comes to an income of 203 per share. Hey, they're declaring today, bro. Are you ready for that? That's going to be pretty sweet. How their covered calls doing? I guess I'll do that too. Let's see. By call. That's not a call. Let me close that out. Again, you could kind of see what I do in the morning when I wake up. I kind of move crap around to make it pretty for the video. I don't torture you guys and do this during the video. Let me see. All right, so those are calls that go down one more row. Okay, and then that's a sell call. All right, so their calls, let me make sure they all expire this week. Yep, 822, yep. All right, so cover call wise, they are 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10% out of the money. So I think they pretty much got some wiggle room there. They're doing all right. All right, so how's the pre-market doing? I'll do that too. You got to get me 10 subs today, Rodell. Oh, they're down. They're red. They're down 0.79%. But man, they've been freaking flying high, so they can afford it. They can afford it. All right, so let me catch up on the comments. Where we at? I just skipped a whole bunch. Damn it. Waiting to buy Misti at 8. Wow. Well, let's hope we don't see that day. But hey, honestly, it could be coming. It sucks, but hey, Bitcoin MSTR, what can you do? All right, so oh, you got 3 people? Hey, I'll take it. Did they get back to you? I'm like, what the hell what are you getting me into here? Right? No subs for Alti though. I guess because I didn't really announce it or don't post it on the thumbnail. You know, I'm not doing myself any favors. I just haven't had the chance to do that. Maybe I will. Let's see. Just reading through the comments. What's the payout for Misty this time? Not good. Not the good, Taylor LeBlanc. But we're hoping for $1. We still are hoping for $1. And then we'll sing, I got $1. I got $1. I got $1. Hey, 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 hey. All right. I assume you all know the movie. Again, we always ask that question, but all right. I cannot know since my coworkers, I recommend the channel to sub. Don't get back to me. No, I appreciate that, Thor's hammer. Let's see. 5 more minutes. Yep. 5 more minutes till the declaration announcement, and then we'll plug in the numbers together, and we'll see what we got. All right. So what's Bitcoin doing now? Probably nothing. Ain't nothing but a keyword. Now, we ain't doing keyword yet, but let's see. Need me to cover anything else? Do we want to look at the Granite shares now? TSY, what's their biggest fund? TSYY. Can you click on that? All right, product overview. Let's see. Does anyone buy TSYY? They pay weekly now, right? Yeah. No, wait. Yeah, they pay weekly. All right. They've been paying what, 22? Oh, they have like how much they pay per share, and then the ordinary income. Yeah. Buckwheat, and what the hell's the other one? I was gonna say Pugsley, but that's the other one. Spanky, buckwheat and Spanky. All right. So NVYY is the winner. Okay. So let's go to NVYY. Just a chill morning, just a Wednesday morning. All right, so again, let's take a look here. Where's their holdings? Just want to see what they're doing. All right. Okay. Oh, they're buying puts too. All right, so that's what's different. All right. So they're selling puts and buying puts, same expiration date, protective puts. I have to say I like that. I do. They should have a fund of funds. Do they have? They don't have a fund of funds, right? That is one thing I need to tell Will Ryan to. If they had a fund of funds, I'm in. I do like this strategy. All right, I like it. All right, so management fee 0.99%. Okay, no, I think these they're different, man. These funds are different strategy, individual underlining, leverage, which I love. Again, I'm a true degenerate when it comes to leverage. I love that, the high IV. All right, so let's see what else we got here. All right. TSYY, COI, NVYY pay about 2% a week. All right. Yeah, no fund of funds yet. We'll talk about that on Monday, though, if you guys are here. Distribution rate on, wow, 100%. Nice, man. I like it. I wish, can they post IV? Wouldn't that be cool? Underlying implied volatility. That would be pretty freaking awesome. But why does it say underlying asset Nvidia? But when It's not Nvidia. It's NVDL, right? Where the hell is it at? Yeah, NVDL. Shouldn't that say NVDL? I know technically underneath NVDL is Nvidia, but I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? All right. So yeah, they're gonna announce. They're working on it. Did they announce? They did not announce. What are we looking at? Are we looking at the webs? Are we looking at this thing, or the Twitter? Oh man, I got a new chair. It doesn't squeak. I don't know if you guys ever noticed this squeak, but it was always part of the video. Steel. Oh, you're gonna join Steel? Sweet, that'd be awesome. Appreciate TNA. She is a good person. Shout out to TNA, guys. Show her some love. Nothing up on Global Wire yet. All right, we'll just wait. So many people said that. They thought they had a cricket around. I love it. Look, oh, I'm not in the garage, Clive. When I'm live, I upgrade to the office, right? Good morning, Torino. If I join Wheel, will you cover Hui? How about if 3 people join Wheel today, I'll start covering Hui tomorrow. How's that sound? Roddy. Yep, Roddy the Cricket. I have to remember I said that, though. Rodell. It's time. It's time. It's time. It's Veda time. All right. All news. Nope. Do I have to refresh, or is Twitter refresh automatically? All right, what are we at? 6:56. All right, let's get this stupid announcement out already. Then we'll plug in the numbers. Email countdown. Howdy from Texas. Howdy, 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 howdy. I'm Woody. Howdy, howdy, howdy. I know you know where that's from. Come on, guys. They late. Yeah, that's unacceptable, LA. Can you email them and yell at them? Tell them who you are. All right, let's see. Nothing. All right. Maybe I should run the announcements. What do you think? I want to have them do it here, to be honest. We got to tell them, wow, we have 1,160 people on. Holy crap. ETF inspector in the house. Go check out his channel. He busts his ass. Hard worker. All right, is it updated yet? I'm about to call it quits here. Got to fix my thumbnail then. Oh, look at that. They did they kind of reposted my video, so that's cool. I didn't see that. They did that yesterday. All right. Yeah, where's this freaking announcement, man? It's usually like clockwork. It's out. Search YieldMax. What do you mean search? Oh, here? No, that's the 20th. That's the 13th. That's old. Oh, the email came. Let me check my email. Yep, the email's there. All right. All right, let's plug it in, guys. Here we go. Nefly, how you doing? How you doing? 0.467. 0.467. Higher than we expected. That's good. 35% yield. Wait, is that? Yeah, it's updated. Okay, good. All right, not bad, Nefly. CONY. CONY heads. 0.3438. 0.3438. Man, I missed it by a penny. So kind of as expected, 63% yield. MSFO, how you doing? 0.3177. 0.3177. Yeah, they lowball that sucker. That is a 23% yield. Little weak sauce there. Let's go to AMDY. We got 54 cents. 0.5441. Kind of in line with what we thought, 83% yield. Let's go to the PP. It's all about the PP. 0.34. 0.34 exactly. Wow, more than we thought. That's good. 38% yield. How you doing? ABNY, 0.2972. 0.2972. All right. A little more than expected. 36% yield. CVNY, 2.5592. 2.5592. I thought it would pay a little more, well, a lot more, but still they did pay an 80% yield. Hui, this is the one we've been waiting on. Holy, wow. Damn, I was off on this one. All right, let the bitching begin. Holy crap. Is this right? Wow. Oh, they did dump this week, right? Robinhood went down. So, wow. Okay. My bad on that. Holy crap. That's another big miss on me. 72% yield. Wow. Okay. All right. Up next. Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when you move your lips. Such a bunch of gibberish. All right. 0.944. Okay. 219. Andre's first payment, 54% yield. All right. Let's see. Fiat. 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 Where you at? 0.2686. 0.2686. Okay. Oops. All right. So, yeah, that's a little more than we thought. Damn. Fiat's the only one. 100% yield. Really? Freaking Fiat, man. Freaking Fiat. All right. So, let's go down to the weeklies. Again, we add 4 payments into the one, just so you guys know. So obviously we're in weeklies 12. What group are we in? C. Yeah. Yeah, so this is for group B technically. Yeah, so we're in the second payment. I didn't do the equals. Damn it. All right, this is going to be a pain. All right, so YieldMax, what'd they pay? 16 cents plus point. Hey, at least I got this one right. Jeez. I can't believe Hoy. What the hell? All right. What about YMAG? 14 cents. A little off on that. Whatever. Plus point. Where is it? 1486. Okay. LFGY. How you doing? 0.4127. Plus 0.4127. All right, GPTY, 0.3077. Plus point GPTY 3077. Okay. And then we got SDTY, not STDY, SDTY. All right, so we're going to add that back here. We're going to do this. Little bit of this, a little bit of that. All right, so where's that? 0.1681. 0.1681. All right, and we got QDTY. How you doing? 0.1912. In line with the last one. That's good. Oh, nope. Plus 0.1912. 1, 2, right? All right. So what else we got? RDTY 0.3935. That's good. That's a good payment. Where is it? 3935. Ignore the actual yields, guys. I have to fix that to the right. All right, let's go to ULTY. ULTY, what did they decide to pay on ULTY? Oh my God. Wow. They did it. They paid 10 cents. Good for them, man. I like it. I like it. Good for them. All right, Chippy, what do you got? 0.39. Okay. I guess they're just going to pay 10 cents. So next week, I got to guess 10 cents, I guess. 0.3993. 0.3993. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I got to update the yields. Where is it? All right. So again, this former yield based it off 52 weeks, right? So now we have 2 payments. So now we'll multiply it by what? 26, 26, right? And we'll see what it looks like. All right, I got to take a sip of coffee. All right, I'm going to give you guys a rundown, look at a few chat things, and we'll call it a day. All right, quick recap on the announcement. Nefly, 46 cents, 35% yield. CONY, 34 cents, 63% yield. MSFO, 31 cents, 23% yield. AMDY, 54 cents, 83% yield. PP, 34 cents, 38% yield. ABNY, ABNY, 29 cents, 36% yield. Carvani, CVNY, 255, 80% yield. Hoo-wee, hoo-hoo-hoo-wee, 385, 72% yield. Before you guys get mad and crazy, oh my God, how did they underpay? Don't forget, whatever they didn't pay, you're holding that in your NAV, man. So you still have that in your capital, appreciation. So, that money stays in the fund. That money makes more money. So that's the good side about it. Anyway, Dre, first payment for Dre, 219. That is a 54% yield. And then we got Fiat, 26 cents. This is the one that's over 100% yield. Wow, at least based on my calcs. All right. Then we got the weeklies. YieldMax, 16 cents, 55% yield. Again, keep in mind the yield is based on the last 2 weeks. All right. YMAG, 14 cents, 52% yield. LFGY, 41 cents, 63% yield. GPTY, 30 cents, 35% yield. SDTY, 16 cents, 21% yield. QDTY, 19 cents, 22% yield. RDTY, 39 cents, 41% yield. And then we got ULTY, 10 cents again. Again. Do you believe it? Do you believe in miracles? That is a 91% yield now, because the freaking fund is dropping, of course. So I am surprised. I'm surprised on Hui, and I'm surprised on ULTY. All right. Chippity-doo-dah, chippity-day. 39 cents, 39% yield. Chico. Okay. That's it. That's all she wrote. It is what it is, man. What do you guys think? Obviously, a lot of comments. I'm not going to be able to catch up with it. And we got 1,359 of you live. All right. Any surprises? Are you guys upset? You guys excited? Any losers here? Sir. All right. I guess we're going to call it a day because, we got to go to work. But as always, guys, this is not financial advice. I am not a freaking financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So I hope you had fun. I hope you're entertained. If not, come back tomorrow. We could look at house money real quick too. AMDY is at 81%, Nefly at 85, CONY at 153. So nothing too crazy there. All right. So if you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. If you want to, you want to join the Wheel Warriors, you guys know what to do. Like I said, I have to remember this. If I get 3 Wheel Warriors today, I'll start covering Hui tomorrow. I'm going to write it down. 3, because I will forget. Don't laugh. If I get 3 Will Warriors, then we don't have to wait till 40,000 subs. I'll start covering Hawaii. Hawaii. All right. What else? Keyword time. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, I wish I could stay live. There's so many damn people on now to chit chat, but hey, it's keyword time. We got to go to work. Who's got a keyword? Anyone? Anyone? What do you got, guys? There's TC. What's up, TC? What's up, everyone? Doc is leaving or TC's leaving? Who's leaving? All right. Who's got a keyword? Nikki, you got a keyword? You're welcome, Richard. Who works? Me. The working man's a sucker. Yep, that's me. Keyword. Is the keyword letdown? Anyone else agree? 10 cent. That's a good keyword, 10 cent. All right, what we got? Keyword 10 cent or letdown? 10 cent or letdown? Come on. Who's the next vote? You got to pick one. 10 cent or letdown? All right, 10 cents wins. All right, if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you got to type in down in the comments on X and YouTube the keyword. And the keyword today is 10 cent. All right. What is 10 cent? ULTY is 10 cent. All right. So we got 10 cent again. And we're going out. We're going to party. Right. Anyway, that's the keyword for today. I just want to say thank you all for watching live, all 1,400 of you now. And thank you all for watching after. I do appreciate it. And we shall talk tomorrow. All right. Sound good? Great. All right, guys. Enjoy your day. And I'll talk to you later. Peace.